welcome to the halftime show. I'm Ezequiel B, sitting down with Steve Bortstein, Daily Times sports writer. And as we know, playoffs are right around the corner. Farmington's currently sitting at number 1 in the ranking. Los Lunas number 2, Goddard number 3, and Artesia rounding up the top 4. But I know rankings always don't go into seedings. Where do you see Farmington in the mix?
I think if Farmington wins out, obviously, you know, the game tonight against Capital, and then, of course, you got the final game coming up against Piedra Vista. If they win out, they'll be 1 or 2. The other remaining unbeaten team in Class 5A is Los Lunas, who also is unbeaten, ranked number 2 right now. So unless something dramatic changes, I think Farmington either winds up with the 1 or the 2 seed.
Alrighty, and would you rather them the 1 or 2 seed?
I don't think either one really matters. I've kind of drawn up like my own kind of perspective bracket, and I think having the 1 seed probably puts Farmington in a position where the second round matchup would be a home game, most likely against Roswell, who of course Farmington beat earlier this season. So I think if you're Farmington, I don't think it matters if it's 1 or 2. I think it's more a case of having the bye week. You want that bye week just because it gives you time to prepare, gives your players time to prepare, and you get to scout the team you're going to play. You get a chance to see them a little bit more in depth. So I think having that 1 or 2 seed won't matter too much. I think it's going to be interesting to see how 3 and 4 and even 5, 6, 7, 8 play out, because you have 3 teams. You mentioned Goddard and Artesia, and certainly you have Roswell out there as well, who are all in the same district. So that could all change in the next couple of weeks, which could in turn lead to a team like Belen, Santa Teresa moving up into the top 4 spot. So I think there's still a lot to play out here in the next 2 weekends.
Alrighty. And I know you're from Farmington and all, but without trying to be biased, who do you think ends up with the blue trophy?
I think the interesting thing will be to see how Farmington handles teams from the South, because that's always been I don't want to say bias, but that's always been the question, is how do the teams from the North measure up to the teams against the South? If we go on what we saw in the beginning of the season when Farmington went down to Roswell and throttled them, then yeah, they have a very good chance to win the Blue Trophy. But those teams have obviously improved. Goddard's improved. Mayfield's improved. All those teams have gotten better. And we know what Piedra Vista did earlier this season when they had to play Los Lunas. They got hammered by Los Lunas. So, you certainly have to take all those things into consideration. But the way Farmington is played right now, and I think the main focus for Farmington this season has been the lack of attention their defense has gotten. It's been their defense that's been probably just as outstanding, if not more so, than their offense, which certainly runs up a lot of points and certainly is going to continue to do so. So if Farmington continues to play that way, then they have a very definite shot to bring home the Blue Trophy, no question.
All right, Steve, well, we'll tell our viewers how they can find you.
Social media-wise, on Twitter at DTS Bortstein. That's DTS BORTSTEIN, DTS for Daily Times Sports. And of course, you can read my work every day online on daily-times.com or in the newspaper every day at the Farmington Daily Times.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that's been the halftime show. I'm Ezequiel B here with Steve Bortstein. Thank you guys for watching.